Hello, I'm Xiangchun. Welcome to my channel. In this video, let's talk about the story of France, wine, and China. Why do Chinese people consider drinking French wine romantic? When Chinese people talk about France, wine is usually one of the first topics mentioned. Since French wine first arrived in China, a particular romantic imagination linked with it has gradually formed in people's minds. So, why and how does this symbolic link form? What are the social and historical dynamics behind this link? What does this wine imagination refer to? Let's explore that in this video. This Chinese romantic imagination of wine is associated with the First Opium War. The First Opium War, also known as the Anglo-Sino War, was fought between 1839 and 1842. During this war, China's Qing dynasty attempted to ban the opium trade with Britain, while Britain sought to protect their opium interests and expand trade privileges. The conflict resulted in China's defeat, forcing it to open 5 treaty ports by signing the Treaty of Nanjing in 1842. Then, just as the scholar described in her article, Shanghai port was one of these 5 forced open treaty ports after failure of the Opium War, but it was an anomaly in China. Although the Chinese government never officially ceded the sovereignty of Shanghai, Western countries, through unequal treaties, obtained the policing, administrative, and judicial rights within concessions. Ironically, these concessions, protected by Western powers, became peculiar safe areas amidst China's political turmoil and wars. Benefiting from political stability, a favorable location, and a prosperous commercial environment, Shanghai attracted huge amounts of domestic and foreign investment and rapidly grew into China's most significant industrial city and the foremost financial and commercial metropolis in the East Asia. These concessions in Shanghai involved the American concession, the British concession, and the French concession, which was located at the business trading hall in Shanghai. Thus, French wine arrived in China with the establishment of this French concession from 1849 to 1943. Furthermore, the romantic imagination of French wine began to be shaped due to the following reasons. The first reason is the physical elements, serving as the imaginable foundation, including French-style streets and architectures. The main area of the French concession was today's Middle Huaihai Road, which was once well known by its former name, Xiafei Road, translated from its French name Avenue Joffre, to honor the French general Joseph Joffre, who visited Shanghai in 1922. During that time, this road area had become the busiest international commercial center. Lined with many European-style shops, department stores, boutiques, hotels, cafes, restaurants, and theaters. Meanwhile, various French wine items, brands, advertising posters, and wine menus began to appear in this busy Xiafei Road and other areas in the French concession. At that time, drinking French wine was limited to a tiny segment of consumers in China, including foreigners, some Chinese businessmen, Western-educated youths, or occasionally ordinary people drinking it. However, it shaped a particular imaginable modern lifestyle within Shanghai's advanced printing technology. Thus, the second reason is the advanced printing technology. After the 1910s, Shanghai became China's printing center by inheriting the traditional printing culture of southern China and adopting the modern printing technology, machines, and papers from the West. This advanced printing technology was vital in fostering a collective imagination of French wine. By reading the same printed books and newspapers, a sense of belonging and the sharing of the similar imaginations can be established. In the Book of Imagined Communities, the author points out, while print and paper, they gradually became aware of the hundreds of thousands, even millions of people in their particular language field, and at the same time that only those hundreds of thousands or millions so belonged. These fellow readers, to whom they were connected through print, formed their imagined community. So, the third reason is the various prints that provided the imaginable ideas and resources. These prints included, firstly, the commercial advertising posters. During the 1910s to 40s in Shanghai, there was a widely spread advertising poster called Yuefeng brand, calendar poster. In these posters, images of women were used to promote and sell various international commercial products across Shanghai's market. They wore tight-fitting qipao, chansong, or popular Western-style clothes, with a natural smile, confidence, and grace, while posing with modern items like phones, microphones, and CDs, or engaging in sophisticated leisure activities such as playing golf, horse riding, flying planes, and balloon dancing. Through combining Chinese and Western painting techniques, unique application of colors, commercial cultures, fashion designs, and people's spiritual pursuit, these posters capture Chinese people's imagination with modern, new, and fashionable lifestyle of that era. French wine was also one of the main roles in the posters. For this poster, a bottle of Moet de Chateau, the famous French champagne brand, created in 1743, is on a table, which could be available in the Avenue Joffre. At that time, these calendar posters were widely welcomed and beloved by Shanghai people. As the research points out, the calendar posters were given as gifts to distributors and customers, becoming a prevailing trend at that time. While becoming a must-have decoration in Shanghai families, these calendar posters quickly spread from Shanghai to all corners of the country, gaining popularity throughout the entire nation. In addition to the commercial posters, French romanticism literature was introduced to China. The term romanticism emphasizes emotions, folklore, nature, and expressing individuals' experiences and feelings, against rationalism, industrialization, and alienation in the late 18th century. German thinkers first articulated many romantic ideas, and the French Revolution also directly influenced the romantic ideas and movement. In China, romance is translated to 浪漫, which is not only similar in pronunciation, 浪 to roll, 慢 to mang, but conveys the idea of that not conforming to rules. In the 1910s to 40s, Chinese intellectuals translated a bunch of French Romanticism literature and introduced it to China through poems, articles, and novels. Various literature magazines opened special columns to introduce and discuss French Romanticism literature, highlighting the elements of freedom, individuality, reform, passion, and idealism. In 1924, one of the most widely circulated literature magazines, Novel Monthly, translated the article on the French Romantic movement. Written by English historian and biographer Giles Lytton Strachey, systematically introducing the origin and development of French Romanticism literature. As the article indicates, the spirit that brings Romanticism to life is a spirit of progress and change, where there are no fixed rules to determine the quality of a piece of writing. It tells people that art is quite like science, both stem from experience. Moreover, it emphasizes that literature must continually evolve, otherwise it becomes lifeless. The introduction of French Romanticism profoundly influenced the shaping of a romantic imagination regarding China's future and daily life. Finally, the widespread popular literature, including the magazines, novels, movies, and fictional characters. A gathering of large numbers of professional writers who made a living by selling their writings, opened up a new realm for Shanghai's romantic fiction, characterized by depictions of love, money, and women. Then, advanced printing technology made various popular magazines, novels, movies disseminated widely. In the new type of Shanghai popular fiction or movies, French wine was depicted as consumed and enjoyed in luxury restaurants, on certain live occasions, in young people's love scenes, and on entertainment stages, portraying an exceptional romantic picture of Shanghai, within the symbolic links to openness, novelty, and desire. Okay, that's the entire story I want to share today. Now let me make a brief conclusion. The French-style architecture and French wine arrived in China with the establishment of the concession, offering a physical foundation for the wine imagination. Furthermore, diverse printing materials, including commercial calendar, elite or popular literature, or translated French literature, continually provided the imaginable lifestyle and ideas. Finally, benefiting from advanced printing technology, a romantic imagination associated French wine with modernity, fashion, elegance, openness, and novelty, coupled with the interplay of colonial culture and Chinese culture starting from Shanghai and spreading across China. Then, within a constantly changing and developing era, increasingly modern and fashionable French items have flooded into China. In addition to wine and literature, these extend to broader areas such as perfume, luxury bags, and movie stars, highlighting France's romantic imagination, thus constantly profoundly influencing Chinese thoughts on the romantic and shaping their consumption behaviors up to the present day. In keeping with this romantic imagination, what does the Y symbolize a distinct form of modernity in China? Moreover, what different contents can be portrayed or represented through Y in China? Join us to explore that in our upcoming videos. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.